All right, all right, all right. I know some of y'all that are tuning in right now is like, man, what's this little treat I get after dinner on a Monday night?
There you go.
Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in here at Bullfrog Radio. I'm your host, Joey Wilcox, and, you know, this time of year, it just gets kind of crazy with everything and everybody going on, so we had to kind of move the show around a little bit, but thank y'all so much for either watching it live or tuning in afterwards, trying to catch into it. Well, Coach, here we sit now. We usually say a Bullfrog Saturday morning, but we're already in the preparation for this week, but it is a Bullfrog Monday evening right here. Sunset's nice, weather's nice. Hey, first off, I want to kick it off and say congratulations for making it into the playoffs.
What a big win. So proud of these kids putting themselves in a situation. We told them all week it's kind of a must-win for us because of different things that happen in our district. Normally, in a 5-team district, if you get 2 wins, you're pretty much guaranteed in. But if Gainesville had have beat us, that would give them their second win. And because of other things with the Springtown Decatur stuff, they could have knocked us out if we lose against Hirschi. We had to win that ball game at the same time as a must-win for Gainesville. They had to get that second victory. They got a tough one this week against Springtown, so they've already got one win. So basically, we by us beating them, put them out. So anytime you've got somebody back in the corner like that, we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew they was going to come out fighting us hard, and they did. But I'm just so proud of our kids and our coaching staff and our community for our kids putting us in this situation. And now we got a chance. Number one, we are in the playoffs. And anytime you have aspirations of winning the state championship or those type of things, number one, you got to get in the playoffs. So proud of that. But now, because we are 3-1 in district right now, now we have a chance to play for either district champion or district runner-up champion. So proud of the kids and proud of the situation we're in.
Yes. You know, this last weekend, you know, my quote, my saying that we always have is the scoreboard doesn't always tell the true story of the game. And this last weekend, you saw a little bit different from the Bullfrogs, I thought, just the tempo and the way they played, the way all the players played. But it seemed like they played a little bit with a chip on their shoulder because they wanted to prove a point and try to go forward heavy in the game. A great victory over there. Let's talk about it a little bit and kind of run us through it a little bit.
Well, I think first of all, I think our kids are playing with a little swagger. They feel confident about themselves, and we have a good football team. Kids are playing well, and they're proud of what they're doing. And it's taken 4 years to get that, but I'm glad they are, and I'm glad they're having some success. First of all, Joey, I thought our special teams played really well. I thought our kicker played extremely well. I thought Aiden Torres, on our kickoff team, did an extremely good job. He and Polito both were our special teams player of the week this week. We just set the tone in special teams, and I was very, very proud of that. Offensively, we came out and took the ball down and had a score there, and it was called back for a holding call. We're still watching the film, trying to figure out where that holding call is, but we can't control the flags, and that's one of those situations. So I thought there were some calls the other night that I don't think they were there. We're still looking for them, but that's neither here nor there. And I told the kids, I was very proud of the kids, and I told the kids the day after practice, very simply this: you can get mad. People in the stands can get mad, and they hear the coaches holler at the officials or getting after the officials, questioning the officials. And oftentimes, as a team, that affects the team. The team wants to bow up to the officials and holler at the officials and scream at the officials, and it takes their minds away from the play in the game and doing what they're supposed to do and not let the coaches handle it. I thought our kids matured. They let us handle it. They didn't really get focused on the officials and what's being said, and that was a big step for us. So defense really did a good job. They came out second half and did a good job of stopping that run. Gainesville had a good game plan, and they're a good football team. I mean, let's be honest about it. Gainesville took Hirschi to, I think it was 14-0 or 15-0 at halftime the week before. So Gainesville played Springtown really close. Gainesville has played some people really close early. Give it up at the end, kind of like us. So they're a good football team. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're trying to make things happen. And again, when your backs are against the wall, those kind of things happen. But I'm proud of the kids. We kept focused. We kept working on it. The kind of swagger that you mentioned there a while ago, I was very proud of that. I thought our fans traveled well. I was glad to see that. And we just kept playing football the other night and came out there with a victory. So that's really what counts.
Yes, the victory is what counts, especially in this district and where the cookie crumbles at the end of the thing. You know, to get in there, are you going to be dipping the cookie, or are you going to be the crumb that's left over on the table? Is what it boils down to.
Are you the windshield or are you the bug?
There you go. Exactly. You know? That's a good one there too. You know, so looking in that game, it looked like it was a battle of possessions where there were some turnovers in the game, but it was a big battle with the special teams both ways. They had a couple. I thought their punter did a phenomenal job in trying to put their defense in the right position, but our offense just so happened to be packing a punch that they really couldn't stop, especially there in the second half.
Well, I looked it up today. Our offense is averaging right 400 yards a game. We're number one in the district. I think we're top 20 in the state of Texas in 4A. So proud of how they're playing with a swagger there. At the same time, look at our points given up by our defense. And you know, if Coach McIntyre don't start bringing those donuts for those zeros, you know, I'm getting hungry on Saturday mornings. But no, we're playing well. I'm very proud of the kids. We've been very blessed, and so many things happening for us. We've got some kids making decisions for their life, which is really good. We've got some kids working hard for their grades, which is good. And I'm just so proud of these youngsters. And we're healthy. We know don't have many injuries. And this time of year, that's very critical for us. I think one of the things that Coach Raines and McAnally did the first of the year by basically us working our offensive line, defensive line, offensive, defensively, number 2 platooning, and using those kids as backups, I think it's helped us. We're getting a lot more corrections on the sidelines when we come off the field. We're able to talk to the kids, make adjustments faster, and I think it's really helping us overall, Joey.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, you know, you guys are just continuing to never take a moment off, not a day off, but not even a moment off when it comes to these players in this program, and it's much appreciated by the community. There's a solid you know, just feeling in the community right now that you got a lot of people that they've always been behind the Bullfrogs, but maybe more quiet, like kind of quiet Cowboys fans. But you got a lot of people that are coming out, especially the home games here, standing room only, lots of great stuff that's happening here, and you know, it's just going really, really well. We're going to come back with you here in just a few minutes to start talking about Hirschi a little bit, and also kind of get your take on what it's like being here at Lake Worth 4 years later and playing for your first championship, and that's a district championship we're talking about.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right, Coach. Next up, we got one of the coordinators getting ready to step up here and going to jump up. We got Tracy Raines up to the plate. And I better plug this thing in or we're just going to be cut short. Here we go. Let's plug this back in. You know, these Macs, the cord just pops out on. There we go.
You know, I was saying save the best for last. Well, that's not the case here.
That's not the case. We're gonna put the meat right in the middle.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, the buns on both sides. Well, hey, Coach, there's a lot to talk about. You got a lot of stats to go over. First of all, once like I told Coach Welch, congratulations on making it to the playoffs. It's not down to the wire to the last game to figure out, you know, coming in, you know, you're going to come in fourth or third like it normally has been in the past. So congratulations on that. And, man, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it.
I appreciate it. That's a testament to the kids, though. And we know after these last few games what we can be. Joey, we've just got to make that who we are. And we got to come in with those expectations every week that we know we're going to go in and win that ball game. And so that's just a transformation of the kids. But we know what we can do and figured that out over the last 3 or 4 weeks and put ourselves in a great situation here. So.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So let's jump in and start off with that first quarter. We know the Bullfrogs came down and just took it right to the Leopards and went down, and it seemed like, you know, scored at will pretty much there the first time down.
Joe, they did a great job, you know, driving the ball down the field. We mixed it up, a little bit of run, a little bit of pass there. Overall, I still came out with balanced stats. I really didn't think it until I saw the numbers. But Isaiah ended up 10 of 15 for 207 yards and 4 passing touchdowns with the 1 interception there. And then little Damian Moore on the rushing side ended up with 14 rushes for 137 yards and a touchdown. Overall, I think we ended up with 269 rushing yards. So 207 passing, 269 rushing yards for 460-something yards. That's a pretty good night. And we did have some hiccups there, but the thing is, if the kids are playing hard and we're making hard mistakes, I'm good with that as long as they keep playing hard. I don't want them to ever start playing hesitant, you know, because that's when you start making the mistakes that you don't need to make. We did have some penalties, you know, in there that hurt us. I don't know if all those were actually penalties after you're looking back on film, but hey, they were called in the ballgame and we had to deal with it. So it didn't really discourage the kids or anything. They kept moving the ball, and we went back in there and scored again on a lot of those. So proud of every one of them.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Coach Welch mentioned that. That's a big mountain to get over for as a team and for players and our players, especially. When I say that is because our kids play a lot on their shoulders. They put a lot of the weights on different pieces on themselves and could get out of focus pretty quickly if a referee's making calls that they feel it's not there. And
exactly
so
right.
It's a great job, a testament to the players, their growth, and then you coaches coaching along that they're able to maintain that focus through those those hard times that you really don't have an explanation for the call.
Yep, I think at one time they're probably middle of the third quarter when we got some of those calls. Our kids came back ticked, and we went right down the field in about 3 or 4 plays because they were tired of all that stuff and they were about to put something on them. So, but it wasn't another team and it wasn't getting after the other team or anything, but it kind of woke them up a little bit and got them mad, and that's a good thing sometimes. Demarion Poultry, I didn't catch his stats a while ago. Once again, he had 7 yards, just like we were at the beginning of the season, 107 receiving yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. And I think the other night with those 3 receiving touchdowns that he just tied the school record for 13 receiving touchdowns in a season. And so he's still building on that. And then we had Fulkerson and Moore had some catches. Dom Alvarez had a catch for 28 yards. Our seldom used tight end. We just had to let everybody know that we do have a tight end that can catch the ball. So they make sure they better put somebody over him there in the future. So.
Oh yeah, we made mention of that when that's a great feat to beat for anybody in the position where they have the opportunity to score. That's how I believe the kids, I think every sport that is that way. If you have the opportunity to score, one of your goals in that season is to make a contribution in the way of putting up numbers on the scoreboard. So it was a great job by him. But hey, I really, I know you guys have done this too, but the offensive line really fought hard this game to really move the ball downfield. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Damian Moore almost tracked for almost an average of 10 yards a carry. Yep. Just under that. You said it was 137? Is that what it was?
137 on 14. That's
Man,
right.
That is something to be said about an offensive line making holes and making moves.
Joey, I'll put them up against anybody. When we have 7-on-7 competitions during the summer, we also have offensive line competitions. And they went to every competition they could. I think we won all of them. Sometimes there's 3 teams there. Sometimes there's 4 teams. It doesn't matter who they are. But our offensive line is deep enough that we weren't able just to have 1 team there. A lot of times we had 2 teams at those competitions. So they're not going to back down to anybody, and I'll put them up against anybody in the area. That's a good group. And fortunately for us, a lot of them are juniors, so most of them will be coming back next year. And so that when you can get an offensive line that's coming back, you can build an offense around it. I promise you that, because that's the main group that you have to get going.
Oh, yes. I believe so, and that's the thing that I think we've been lacking for a while, and you guys have spent the last 4 years really building that. Now let's roll into this week, playing for this district championship and going to Hirschi. What are we facing this week?
Number 1, it's going to be fun. Just to be here is going to be fun. And number 2, I told some of these guys, some of these guys have dreams and aspirations of playing college football. Well, when college coaches want to recruit a kid, they want to watch you playing against another college talent, if I say that right. So they got Hirschi. If you look at their defensive line, they got athletes all the way across the defensive line. They've got great linebackers. They've got speed in the secondary. So this is a great game for us, a great challenge for us. I think we can put some stuff together because we've got talent on both sides of the ball too. And attack them, but we've got to focus on the little things. We can't have some little mistakes like we had last week. We've got to protect that football. We've got to work to get first downs and continue to drive down the field. The big plays may be limited. We may hit a couple here and there, but we got to work on moving the ball down the field and getting first downs and putting that ball in the end zone. So.
Yeah, focus and control, I think, is the thing, the way I've been kind of looking at this after looking at film. Focus and ball control is going to be a big deal, because then I'll get into it with Coach McAnally, but I do know on their offensive side they have something they're looking forward to try to put towards us, and I think we're trying to put that back towards. We have just as many. I think we have probably more weapons than what they can imagine. But it's all about playing underneath the lights on Friday night, being a fun game and who puts together the plan and who plays to the final buzzer.
And we get this one at home.
Get it at home.
This will be the last home game for our seniors, so it'll be senior night for us, and we're just going to come in here and we're going to have a good time and we're going to get after it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, Coach, good luck this week with all the preparation. Let's get after it. Hey, no problem. All right, that was Coach Tracy Rains. Good little recap of the offense from last week and what to look forward to this week. Now coming up is good old Vance McAnally.
What's up, Joey?
How's it going, Coach?
Oh, it's going good. We got the win.
We got the W. Normally we come in on a Saturday morning, but we're here on a Monday evening. Everybody, we've graciously gave you something to, after you ate dinner, something to digest here. So let's go ahead into that. I thought it was a phenomenal game by the defense. Held them just to 7 points over 4 quarters and just did not stop at all. Let's go into it.
Yeah, I tell you, the kids played well. If you'd have said before the game, hey, Bullfrogs, you're going to give up 7 tonight, I'd say take it and walked away. That offense, that slot T offense that they run it pretty darn good. It's tough because it's something you never see. It's like having to go defend Army or Navy in the college ranks when you don't see that offense, and it's hard to replicate in practice. Trying to find somebody to run the option and get all the blocking schemes, and they did it from that little short shotgun thing, and it's everything.
The sawed-off shotgun, right?
Sawed-off shotgun. There you go. Pretty good, Joey. Sawed-off shotgun there, and everything's just a little quicker. It's a little different. They're on you real fast. So our kids, at first, that first drive we struggled just because of the speed and just seeing it. Somebody who's been practicing it for 13 weeks, they definitely had it a little better. But the good thing about our kids, and they've done this all year, they never give up. They never, ever give up. And so, we battled. They'd go through, first down, second down, third down, first down, second down, third. And, it was like drive. And then all of a sudden, boom, we get a turnover. Craig made a fantastic play out there, on the first drive and just took the ball away from the kid. And, they weren't really ready for that. And it's kind of how it went most of the night. I think it was their second or third drive that they got one on us, they got a score, but we never panicked. That was the good thing. We didn't get our heads down. Coming off a shutout last week, sometimes you're like, oh, we give up some points. Well, that's football. You're not gonna be able to shut everybody out, but. We certainly we bowed our necks up and kept playing. Got some more turnovers. Got some tackles for losses. And even late didn't think we'd get a sack because of the way their passing game was catch it, throw it, and just in the way we were having a lineup to try to stop that slot T. Just doesn't behoove a whole lot of sacks, and so our speed guys were really having to play more physical and inside, and so but we ended up getting a sack, and that was a corner blitz from Mark, and that was fun, and we had a good night. Like I said, we ended up, and it seemed like they had the ball a lot, but they didn't. They only got 232 yards rushing, in that offense. That's pretty good. They're looking for 400 plus is what they're looking for on their good game. So we did our job. Offensively, man, they just Coach Rains and that whole bunch. They're moving that ball up and down the field. It sure makes it a lot easier for us, and just proud of that.
Oh yeah, most definitely, Coach.
And one thing, Joey, we had a young man who really stepped in this week. Hornell Klubu stepped in, and what a perfect game for him to get in. He's a run-stopping guy. Now, I mean, he is a big, long, 6'4", every bit of 6'4", pushing 6'5",
I think wingspread's almost 6'8".
Oh,
It's
shoot.
crazy.
His arms are super long, and he's stout. He's strong, super smart. And so, what a great game for him to step in there and move up there. And man, he ended up being I think he was our player of the week. Had 12 tackles. Just a good, solid. I mean, that's his kind of game right there. He's a run stopper. Still working on him in the pass game, and he'll get there. But boy, when getting in there and doing that, he did a fine job last night, Friday night. So
I thought so as well. He did a great job. It's somebody we've talked about a lot this season, and a lot of it has to do with his size, but more than that, it has to do with his actual playing, and that is Cornell Avington. It seems like every team watches it. Now, I know they watch the same film and they look at it, and I know he's had only a handful or so balls caught in his area on the season, and other than the one play against Decatur, it's been pretty locked down, and everybody still continues to play to his side. I love it the way that he plays through the ball, even if he gets out jumped. He plays through the ball on the way down and disrupts and makes a lot of problems happen there.
Well, I can tell you, he's a competitor, number one. So he's going to fight for everything. Not even if he's beat, he's not beat in his head. And Coach Stedronsky's done a great job. Coach Stedronsky's grown as a coach. We went to Texas A&M Commerce this summer, picked some things up over there, and Coach Stead is, And another thing, really, the reason, Cornell's not real tall, but he's a sophomore, and you've got a senior on the other side in Pulte who's, locking people down, and they're like, man, that's one of their top athletes. We don't really want to challenge that over there, and they come back to the other side because it's a sophomore, and he's a little – vertically challenged, so to say, but with those two, with both our corners. And, and Isaiah back there at free, Isaiah and Dante both have done a fantastic job this year, Isaiah playing quarterback and free safety at times, and he hasn't ever got, I've never seen him say, I'm tired, tapping out. It's usually we got to pull him. Come on, Isaiah, just we'll let Dante. He wants to get right back in there. He's a competitor, but got his first pick the other night, so that was good for him. And he roams the middle back there, and he did a good job in the run game the other night. He was DB of the week because he had a lot of tackles and playing the free safety position the way we play it. He makes everybody right, and he does a really good job of that. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people, wouldn't understand it, but he's a big difference maker back there.
Yes, I believe so. A lot of people think free safety. They think pass coverage only, but really don't realize that's a guy coming downhill for every run. As soon as he reads the run, it's downhill from there, and it could be. Lots of times that is the position that if he misses big, and it's to the house.
Last line of defense.
That's the last line.
That's it.
And but Coach, let's roll in a little bit to this week. Let's talk a little bit about Hirschi and what we're facing this week.
Well, I like Hirschi, like Kisses and Hershey's, candy bars.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like Wichita Falls Hirschi. Let me tell you, they've got some GoDaddies. They're going to be. They've got probably the best running back we've seen all year, as far as just pure talent. The running back from Decatur was really good, big, strong. This guy, 22, and I've got his name there. It's Amarion Peterson. Maybe Ken is the other Peterson used to run over everybody here in Texas, but Adrian. But he's not that big. But what he does, he runs powerfully, runs it through his pads, and can break away. So he's got the power. He's got great vision. He'll be aiming for a zone on the right A gap or right B gap, C gap, and he'll cut it all the way back to the other C gap. I mean, he's got great vision, and just he's a good running back. We played him last year, held him in check in the first half last year, and I think we hold him in check. He's going to get some yards. That's just a good running back. But we've got a really keep him in check and not give up any big plays. Because I think that with our defense, we can cause some big plays, get some negative plays, get some TFLs there, and cause some turnovers. They are not. They will turn football over at times, and so that's what we need. We need to create that. And then on the outside, number 7, his name's Jewel. I don't remember it's Jewel Fletcher. Jewel Fletcher. You'll be saying that name because that guy,
is that receiver for him, right?
He's a receiver. He's a safety for him, and he's Coach Welch. I don't know if he's talked about special teams yet with Hirschi, but he will. I promise you, because he's their kick returner, and he's returned kicks, punts, kickoffs. He's returned a whole bunch of them this year, and so they get the ball out there in his hands in space, and let him do his thing. Looks a little like C.D. Lamb out there is what he looks like.
That's saying a lot with as hot as the Cowboys are right now.
It is, and he's got the hair coming out the back of the helmet and that stuff, and he runs well. But, we've got some plans for him, contain him. He's going to get some catches, going to get some, yards, but no big plays. If we can contain them, if they beat us on 15, 18 play drives, then so be it. The things we can't have is 1 play, 2 play drives, and make them beat us. And I think with our talent, we're pretty talented on defense. I like our chances. Play sound. Decatur would have been a totally different game. We had four busts, and all 4 of those cost us touchdowns. So.
Oh yeah, and looking back, trying to look at a review from last year, we were kind of situationally in kind of a not so great spot personnel wise with some things that were going on.
Oh yeah.
And so we were down some players across the board, so we were kind of half staffed on that game. And really, honestly, last year, I mean, everybody has grown. Even that running back, even that wide receiver has grown. But I think the Bullfrogs have made some leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah.
From where we were last year to where we are now. And so I think, you guys, of course, I'm always a Bullfrog believer. I can say what I want, but having a game plan for those guys is a big deal.
Oh, yeah. And the good thing, there's always good things. There's good things that come out of all that. And the good thing about, having to play some of those younger guys is now they got experience. And we've got a whole lot of guys on defense that have tons of experience. Junior, Pulte, Isaiah, Craig. I mean, you look at our secondary, there's no telling how many football games they have under their belt. And so, it's fun to coach them. It's because they understand the game, and it's fun, and our defensive line has been playing really, really good and putting the pressure on the quarterback, and that's the DB's best friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know the yearly total, but we're over 24, 25 sacks for the season already.
That's beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful. Well, Coach, we're going to get ready to wrap this thing up with Coach Welch. Hey, but before you go, I got to tell you, too,
All right.
congratulations for making it right into playoffs.
Yes, sir.
It's always good to not go down to the wire to know you're already in, right?
That's it. And then you're getting to play for the championship at home.
Oh, yeah,
What more can you
most
ask for?
definitely.
Thanks,
All right,
Joey.
Coach. Thank you. All right, Coach Welch, here we are. Let's talk about this. We have 9 weeks behind us, one ahead of us, one at a time. We hope to have a number ahead of us, but right now we got worried about on this one. Let's jump into Hirschi a little bit.
Well, I think both Tracy and Vance did a good job of talking about them. They're a good football team. They're a lot of athletes. To be honest with you, they've got athletes all around, and they do a good job of playing those athletes. They've got the returning defensive lineman of the year in their left defensive tackle. He's a big, strong kid. Plays hard, plays well. I think Vance did a good job a while ago of talking about number 7. He plays a receiver and also plays some safety back there and does a good job. Hirschi, if you look at their scores at the first of the year, they played an Episcopal school the very first game and lost that pretty good. Came back the next week and lost to Anna. And Anna is a school that has a brand new coaching staff. And I had a DEC meeting after that second week over in Decatur. and Coach May had made a comment. He felt like the Episcopal school in Anna ran them to death. In other words, they had kids playing both ways, and he came back to the staff and said, we're not going to do it no more. We're going to two-platoon. So he split his offensive and defensive linemen. And since that Anna game, they've been undefeated since then. Now, they've played some people close and things like that. So, but I think they were onto something by doing that. We've done the same thing all year ourselves. I alluded to that a while ago as well. So they're a good football team. They've got a lot of athletes back there. We've had the game plan today. We'll game plan the rest of the week for those particular athletes. For example, they've got number 7 back there as returner, and if you kick it to him or punt it to him, he's going to take it to the house. So we've got to make sure we do a good job of keeping the ball away from him. At the same time, it's high school kickers, high school punters, and one gets away from us and goes to him. We got to make sure we have good coverage down the field because he can sure take it to the house. Kickoff return, they've got number 7 and number 6 back there. They both do a good job. I've seen multiple times either one of those kids have taken it back to the house. So we've worked hard with our kicker today, and we'll work hard the rest of this week of Polito of placing the ball in the areas we want to place it in. So I think Coach Raines and the staff doing a good job getting their game plan ready, as well as defensive staff getting their game plan ready, and we'll have the special teams ready as well. So I think we're ready for them, Joy.
That's what I like to hear. That is definitely what I like to hear. It's the last home game of the 21-22 season, Coach. You got anything you want to close out with here?
Well, I'm just so appreciative of what we've been blessed with here in Lake Worth. And you mentioned a while ago before I left, you wanted to talk about some of the things that's happened over the last 4 years. But the growth of the community, the growth of these kids, the way these kids feel about themselves and the program, the way that they're working, their attitudes, walking with that swagger we talked about a while ago. It's just a complete different feeling in Lake Worth, Texas right now with the Bullfrogs. I'm so proud of that. I'm so happy with that. And got a great coaching staff. Dr. Nesbitt, our administration, our school board are wonderful people to work for and work with. They love kids. Bobby Stoltz and his staff here at the high school, the principal staff and these teachers, just a great group of people. And me personally, as an athletic director, I think athletics drives all that. But let me say this: our band had a great fall. Went to area round and represented Lake Worth well. We've got our choir, our band, our choir, our everybody here, and it takes all those things to make what I call connectivity. What brings these kids to school? What connects them to school? And it's all the things that we offer here at Lake Worth, and quality people of teaching them and coaching them, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, you are. I can tell it. I feel it in your heart. I feel it in the words. I feel in the way that you talk to these kids and the way they respond to you, most definitely. And I thank you so much for just all the opportunity you've given me to allow me to be really close to the program and be close to the kids and to really just involve the community and just to bring back to life this alma mater of mine and of a lot of people here. You go through ups and downs. You've been coaching for a long time.
Sure.
School districts go through ups and downs, and I'm proud that I'm still around to see it going through what it's going through right now.
I'll never forget 4 years ago I was approached by David Corcoran. He said, "Coach, what can I do to help you?" And I said, I need a quarterback club. I need somebody to run the quarterback club. And he brought me Joey Wilcox, and what a great marriage that's been, and the things you've done for us with the streaming and the radio and the live broadcasting. So appreciative and doing a good job with the concession stands and getting the booster club going. One other thing I want to mention, this Friday night, we're going to have a spirit line. And a lady who I guess many years ago was working with that and did that. She approached us and wants to have a spirit line. So be here 15 minutes early, about 6:45, 6:40ish. I think they're going to line up and have a spirit line out there and bring the Bullfrogs on the field. Now, this is our last home game, like you mentioned, so we do have senior night. So we'll have our parents and our guardians and people like that escorting the seniors out. So it's going to be hard seeing a lot of these kids go. Junior's been playing for us since he was a freshman, and DeMayeron's been since he was a sophomore. So being 4 years, now we're going to see some of these seniors leave. It's going to be hard to see them go, but that's just part of it, and we'll be ready for the next group the next year.
That's right. I don't want to get there just yet. I get a little emotional just thinking about it for all the kids, just because they've all become it's really become a family around here. And That's a big deal for
bet.
a lot of these kids, more than lots of times people can realize. I'd say it's a safe place and a good place to be at. But before we get out of here, we just want to say a big shout-out to Eagles Nest, located just down the road, Boat Club Road. Thank you guys so much for supporting this broadcast. You guys stop by down there, get you some breakfast, get you some hot wings, stop by in there, watch a college game on Saturdays, watch NFL on Sundays, and make sure you get you a tall, cold glass of ice water. They got some of the best in town down there. Hey, guys, this weekend, this Friday night, Bullfrogs play for the district championship here at home at Kittrell Stadium. Kickoff's at 7 p.m. Hey, y'all show up 6:30, 6:45. Be a part of that spirit line. Come out here and give all the support. Fill this house out. Fill this stadium out. Let them know who the Army of Bullfrogs are. Hey, we love you guys, and we thank you guys. And as always, let's go Bullfrogs.